Run it. Run it. Late night or early morning, I can't tell. They're praying on my downfall, I wake up fly as hell. Can't shoot me down, 40,000 feet above LA. I put it all into motion to take over, but underway. Ooh, I know they want a piece of me. If I put it on a record, it's a guarantee from me. What you need from me, I've been on me from the jump. Got a girl with a back, you can see it from the front. All over the map, she ain't seen me in some months. Hey, when I hit the road, love when I do the home runs. If you're never offline, man, you own one. I let my boys talk, hardly ever do my own stunts. I ain't really with the acting, I'm with the action. I let a lot go, addition by subtraction. If I don't know you, don't remind me. And if you're supposed to, then you'll know where to find me. Low-key squatting, chose keep watching. Love it when they do it too, the boy need options. Whole team mobbing, whole team mobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing. Wobbing, wobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing. Wobbing. Let me know you down and I hit it up. Tell me who you love. Tell me who you love. All my homegirls think I'm getting groupie love.
Open at the 30.
Looking for the movie
Got
love.
it to him.
Think I'm famous,
Touchdown,
even
Mechie.
got it to it.
What a big breakaway.
I'm under these girls, they act like Madonna. I gotta get in and get out, disappear like Kada. Hop out the whip like what that. With my brother, let's do it like I said I would, inch by inch. I've been stacking up X like pitch by pitch. Live life pitch by pitch. Not supposed to be here. Told some old girls that I would, they said be real. Now it's jumping, I ain't even have my leap year yet. Expect the truth, we the premier set. We been low-key squatting, chose keep watching. Love it when they do it too, the boy need options. Whole team mobbing, whole team mobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing. Wobbing, wobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing. Wobbing. Let me know you down and I hit it up. Tell me who you love. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. I've been on my drinking, smoking, loving girls and leave them open. I've been on my drinking, smoking, I was hoping you would come and ride with the boy, get lost for a little bit. Roll through the old spot for the shit of it. You been giving off signs for a minute, huh? I ain't read them right, huh? I'm illiterate. I've been all caught up, trying to balance in a world where they all want some. Girl, they all want some. Girl, they all want something. Where did the time go? I remember when the shit would move slow around here. Where is everybody that I know around here? I'm a stranger now, where do I go around here? I think I'm living two lives. Sometimes think I'm living two lives. I think I drank too much after I drank too much. I'ma drop you off here, girl, you mean too much. Nobody that can do it like this. I've been on the ground like this, like this, like this. Do you like this? Don't nobody do you like this, like this, like this. This is my shit. You be like, this about as good as it gets. Do it like this. Do it like this. Look at my clip. Look at my click from the jump like this. Got over the hump like this. Now we up, like up. Now we up like this. People act tough like this. Never give a fuck like this. They be in the club like lit, but they never get the love like this. Like things are different where this time go. You been tripping, baby, I know. It's a cold world out there. You been missing our convos. I cannot lie, I'm feeling great. The pen is working in my head on straight. Top 10 when I ventilate. Y'all just bullshit and medicate. I cannot relate, I never will. Never sign, but I know the deal. I will hop up out the whip and walk before I ever let you suckers hold the wheel. This the second half for me. We gon' finish what we started here. No more chasing all the wrong things. Boy, I'm coming for it all this year. Do it like this. I've been on the grind like this, like this, like this. Do you like this? Don't nobody do you like this, like this, like this. This is my shit. You be like, it's about as good as it gets. Do it like this. Do it like this. Look at my click. Look at my click from the jump like this. Got over the hump like this. Now we up, like up. Now we up like this. People act up like this. Never give a fuck like this, like this, like this. They be in the club like lit, but they never get the love like this, like this, like. We don't miss, it's all hits. We all that and all this. We don't mess with y'all shit. You get mad and throw fits. This year is fuck your feelings. I can't be out here just chilling. Y'all push y'all luck with me. Can't tell if you real or you fake fuck with me. So I keep the circle closed. I keep the game on lock and key. I ain't never sold my soul. And I ain't never hit the lottery. But I got a dream and I got my heart. And it's on my sleeve. Been it from the start. And I got a team and they play their part. Young David Blaine, bet I pull your card. Better not be bluffing. You can't tell me nothing. I've been on the roll. I know I'm your jam. Try and tell me that I'm not the man. Try and tell me that I'm not the man. Where were you on all the late nights and the bad breaks and the early flights? Now you hitting me like how's life? Got a message and it sound like do it like this. I've been on the grind like this, like this, like this. Do you like this? Don't nobody do you like this, like this, like this. This is my shit. You be like, it's about as good as it gets. Do it like this. Do it like this. Look at my clip. Look at my click from the jump like this. Got over the hump like this. Now we up, like up. Now we up like this. People act up like this. Never give a fuck like this. This like this. They be in the club like lit, but they never get the love like this, like this, like.
Well. All right. Everything's working, I guess. Pulled up over here. All good. Pulled up Twitch and all good. On YouTube and all good. Looking like it's everywhere and all. So, we got a bowl game to play. We have got a bowl game. We've got a bowl game against Western Kentucky University, the WKU Hilltoppers. Take a look at this real quick. See what the prediction is here. We will once again, we are ranked number 23 in the nation, so we did crack into the top 5 with our Sun Belt Championship title. But we are expected to lose in this one per Lee Corso. WKU expected to come out on top as they have a C+ overall rating compared to our C, a B- offensive rating compared to our D+, and we have an equal C+ defensive rating. Points per game, they're beating us by about 5, really about 4.5. Total offense, they're averaging over 100 and basically over 100 and 40 yards of 140 yards in offense more than us. Only 20 more yards rushing, but they're averaging a whole 118 yards passing. Our defense, though, of course, been carrying us throughout the season, number 1 in the nation, only allowing 187 yards per game, 69 yards on the ground. Very nice. And a pass defense is only allowing 118 yards of passing. So the number 1 ranked pass defense, rush defense, and total defense in the nation takes on a very high-powered WKU offense, who actually is the number 1 passing offense. They are the number 1 passing offense in the nation. So number 1 pass offense versus the number 1 pass defense. They're the number 9 total offense and number 29 points per game. Take a look at what they've done this season real quick. That is our schedule there. Little recap. We lost to Oklahoma, who finished number 5 by the end of the season. We lost to them in overtime. Our first game of the season, followed that up with a win at Wake Forest. a big loss at Baylor, and then rattled off 4 in a row against conference opponents before losing to Arkansas State in a tight one. And then we rattled off another 4 in a row wins. We're looking to make it 5 wins in a row to try and close out this season. WKU, though, I had my camera here for a second. WKU lost their home opener as well to Rice. Ended up beating South Alabama by 3. Lost to Southern Miss by 7 in the 3rd game of the season. And then they went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game win streak, including an overtime win over Louisiana Tech before finally losing by 3 to Marshall and playing Rice again in their conference championship game, where they won 38-10 in a revenge game to take home that conference title and end up playing us. So they went on a tear during their season as well, and it's going to be a matter of 2 hot teams trying to finish it out, trying to come home with the New Orleans Bowl championship, as that is what we are in, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. So we will get this game underway here, make sure we don't have any coaching skill tree upgrades to be able to do. Don't think we do. We do not have any currently. So no need for any of that. We can check the rest of this stuff after our game, see what the final top 25 poll is, as well as All-Americans, award winners, stuff like that, kind of see what all's happening. Let's check out the other bowl games real quick, really. So other bowl games here. I want to see who is playing in the title game. We're going to scroll down here. Rose Bowl is going to be Cincinnati versus Texas. The Gator Bowl, Georgia versus Louisville. PlayStation Fiesta Bowl is Oklahoma and Ohio State. Sugar Bowl is Alabama and Central Florida. The Cotton Bowl is Michigan and Iowa State. Orange Bowl, Clemson and Ole Miss. Birmingham Bowl, SMU and LSU. And the College Football National Championship is between number 1 Michigan State and number 2 Arizona State. So a surprise Arizona State team in this national title game in our first year of the dynasty. Be interesting to see who comes out on top in that one. Lee Corso has them pulling off the win in it. And I mean, Michigan State rolls over them, and not in their ratings necessarily, but in every statistical category, Michigan State rolls over top of teams. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out and wins that national title game. But we have got our own game to worry about. So we are going to get it on with WKU, get it on with the Hilltoppers. And I mean, do we wear the home unis? Or do we come out rocking the P40 all grays? And I think we're just going to... Ooh, we do have some alts as well. I think we might come out in the alt ones. Come out with the white pants, white helmet. Kind of a new look we haven't rocked this season yet. Come and pull that out against WKU. Bring out our salvo offensive playbook, of course. We will get this thing underway. There are the statistics there, those season statistics once again. You get live up on TikTok here real quick. All right, so
hi everybody,
good.
Davis with you.
We're gonna hope the field is colored, and it is indeed. It is not the Blackfield glitch.
Presented by Nissan. Innovation.
So the bowl game gonna be inbound. Turn off the camera here. There are the season statistics for each team. You're looking at them there. We have the number 4 in the nation in rushing touchdowns. There's number 4 in passing touchdowns, and number 1 passing offense, as mentioned before.
Thanks for checking
So let's
out
get
the
this thing
pregame show.
underway.
NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
See what we can get happening.
What better place to have a bowl game than the Superdome in New Orleans? And this place is jam-packed with screaming fans. Let's head down to the coin toss now. It's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
All right, so WKU is going to win that coin toss. Of course, we're in the dome.
See how these two teams
So
play
no
in this
wind
game as they
going on or
prepare for the opening
anything.
kickoff.
They're going to kick it off to us to start off this game. They're going to bring it out of the end zone. He is going to get to the 20, get hit, but gets rallied up. Jared Sparks getting out to that 20-yard line, and our offense will come and take the field. But we want to definitely start off with something comfortable in this game. Coming out in a little Z spot look. Hit the corner route to Boogie Knight. Get a quick pickup of 13 yards on that first down. Move the chains on him.
And his receivers. They make these plays look effortless.
Now we'll get our man involved. The one and only Kyle Holmes. I look at him on a screen pass here. Get him out, get him in space. And he's going to make a man miss, and I thought he was going to get out and off to the loop. But instead he gets caught, and he'll make it 2nd and 2.
Last week, but the best thing they can do, put it all behind them and get back to work, because those records don't mean anything today.
So 2nd and 2, look here. We're going to look to go under center now. Try and take a little halfback stretch to the outside. Just pick up the first down, keep it moving down the field.
Picked up a first down on that carry.
Yeah, a good job up front by the offensive line. They picked up some nice blocks to allow that back to get in there for some extra
We'll
yards.
bring it back into the shotgun here. Little PAB over.
First down.
We'll play action look, see what we can get. See if we can get anybody to bite. We don't, and I mean, it is almost picked off. Quarterback hit as he throws.
I can't believe he dropped it.
And I mean, we get lucky on that one, that is for sure. Little luck was needed. And probably going to look not to go to the ground game. We don't want to run this with Rasmussen. We'll go to slants here. No safety help over top of Sparks or Jaxon. Can either of them get loose is the question. Sparks gets out kind of in front. We just don't have the arm. Just missing the arm strength. Have a man beat downfield, and I mean, Chandler Rogers has struggled in that area all season long. It has been unbelievable, to be honest. We'll look to go to a designed out route here to Jared Sparks, and he'll pick up another first down for us. Put 13 on that out route and man coverage.
Came a little bit here and came with the blitz, and a quarterback showed tremendous poise by making a good read and delivered a nice ball to the open man.
With a little halfback trap with a dummy screen out to the side. Only one linebacker in this box. Might be able to get something here, and I mean, everybody read it. Only going to pick up 2 on the first down carry, I guess. Trying to come back to the ground on 2nd down. I don't think we're quite in field goal distance yet. They don't have the best kicker out there. We'll take an inside zone carry, and it will make it 3rd and inches. So definitely something manageable here.
The quarterback in the gun.
We're going to look to go to a read option look. On 3rd down. He is going to bite. Quarterback kind of glitched out on us there. But Chandler Rogers going to get off and loose to the races. 1st and goal is what he's going to be looking at after a 26-yard game by the mobile quarterback. He hasn't been the greatest passer this season, but has been a weapon with his legs all year long. So 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, it looks like. And I mean, we're going to have a man wide open. Jared Sparks sitting in the back of the end zone. The tight formation confuses the defense, and we will start out on the board. Make this a 7-0 game following the extra point that coming up. Extra point is good.
Sutherland looks ready to kick
The
this
complete
one off.
extra point. We are up 7-0. After our first offensive drive of the game, kick is only going to make it to the 10-yard line, though. And he will get it up almost to the 35. And so WKU's #1 ranked passing offense is now going to be taking the field against the #1 ranked pass defense that our Louisiana Monroe Warhawks have. 1st and 10 in that shotgun, maybe dropping back to pass. Looking over the middle to his halfback. He's going to get a 6-yard gain to Noah Whittington.
That first down marker is a lot closer.
Appreciate it, Smith. The thumbnail took some work, I will say. Took some work.
They're about 4 yards away.
But we will look at 2nd and 4, it appears. In that spread look again, going to be handing this one off in a wide zone. And I mean, we have been good on outside runs all year. Inside runs have been a bit of a struggle and quarterback carries, but outside runs such as options and these like wide zone type plays, we have been kind of all over for the most part this year. So they'll take a loss of 2 and be looking at 3rd and 6. They're going to run a little draw play, and there's that inside run, and he is just going to get the first down. I thought he was short, but he must have just barely picked it up. So they will get a first down to not get a 3 and out by the defense. That WKU going to look to stay on the field here. And they're going to once again run a read option. Here's that quarterback running we were talking about before. They'll pick up 9 on it. Bailey Zappi moving on up. So 2nd and 1. Nice short yard across midfield. And it's going to be a speed option to the outside. He did decide to pitch it, and he is not even going to get a yard there. Did not decide to cut it up. And so we'll be looking at 3rd and inches. I have to imagine they'll go right back to the ground here. Been working for him so far. Instead, they're actually going to go into the air. Ball, though, is going to be thrown out of bounds. So we're going to be looking at 4th and inches now. I mean, they're at midfield, but they do not appear like they are going to be going for it. So we'll be getting the ball back here after this punt. WKU going to be giving it back to us. And no, they are going to run a fake punt. And I didn't know if he was going to be going down or not, but it is bowl season, and they go with the fake punt to the up back. He's going to get a loss of yardage. Special teams unit all over that one. We will get the ball now across midfield.
So their last drive resulted
after
in 6
that
points.
fake punt, getting it actually not across midfield, but right almost at midfield. We're going to look to go to the ground here on 1st down, and only going to get 1 with the Chandler Rogers read option.
He keeps it and picks up maybe a yard.
Yeah, I thought that was a trash spot as well on the play before. And yeah, the dude, I didn't know if they were going to ever whistle it down, to be quite honest. He was just staying up.
2nd and 9. Ball on their own
2nd and 9 after the quarterback run, I guess. I like this one-on-one coverage over Sparks. It's just a matter of... Oh, there's Jared. There's Jared. I mean, if we I want to put a loft on that. We've been so bad at throwing the lofted balls this year that it always gets caught from behind when we do, that I had to zip this and just hope he had the speed. He doesn't have the speed to get away. We'll pick up a quick first down and some big yardage after beating the press coverage. Jared Sparks always seems to make some kind of big plays when we need him most. And they're going to be in press against him again. I wouldn't mind to go right back to him, but we'll stick in the run. He's going to get a beautiful block to the outside. Holmes going to break a tackle and pick up 21. Man is rumbling. Man is rumbling. Actually, I'm just going to put a solo out route right there. Not going to work for him. He's going to look to take off. We're going to look to get Rogers in the end zone, and I mean, we'll take a 2-score. Hopefully,
Nice job
pinned in the
by
extra
the
point. We
offense
get
to
a
get
nice
the final
14-0
few yards
lead.
to the end zone.
Yeah, they
But
knew what
Chandler
play to
Rogers
call
will
for in that
scramble
situation
coming here
and
up
made
the
it
end of
work.
the first quarter. And we'll make this a 14-0
Like
ball
he's ready to
game
kick this
now.
one off.
As we take a 2-touchdown lead in the game. Another short kickoff from the special teams unit, and they're going to get them up to about 35-36. So special teams came up big on the punt earlier. But I mean, kick coverage could be a little bit of a problem.
If they don't start eating into this deficit, they could easily fall out of the game.
Gonna be a swing route out to the running back. He's almost going to run over a guy. He'll pick up 8 instead. 50 burger? Can we get a 50 burger? We haven't had one all year.
So it's second down and about
We
2
haven't had
yards
a
to
50
go.
burger all year.
Caught, open field. Tackle made at the 44-yard line.
And WKU is going to be out across midfield here. We press coverage at the bottom of the screen, coming down to the end of the first quarter. We having a lot of time back there, but he is going to get a fumble. Guys looking to try and pick it up, and he is going to defense making a play, and is he going to get caught? He is not. So the defense coming up with a sack, strip, fumble, return, touchdown. And with this extra point here, we're going to make this a 21-0 ball game over WKU after just one quarter. Oh my goodness. Reservations for 6 for the defense. I wasn't sure if they were ever going to go pick it up or if he was going to be fast enough to get it out there. But I kept talking about our defense before the game, at the beginning of the game. They've done a lot for us this year. I mean, they come up in the biggest game of the year right there for us. Scoring a defensive touchdown. They're officially outscoring the #1 passing offense in the nation. The WKU going to change it up a little bit. Going to come out and split back. Be dropping back to the pass again. Leaves one in for protection, and he's going to get a little check down route there for 8 yards. Little curl route. You're looking at 2nd and 2 now.
About 2 yards away from the sticks.
And I mean, they've got to be in a passing mode type of offense. They're down 3 touchdowns now, and they're going to be dropping back again. Soft coverage is going to allow only a 3-yard catch. They'll get out of bounds, but they'll get a first down. I mean, we'll kind of live with it. We're in a pretty comfortable cushion at the moment. They've only got 44 yards of total offense, as you can see down there. And they will now look to go to this read option, and it was played well. It was played well.
From the 44-yard
The
line,
defender just couldn't make an open field tackle. Couldn't bring down the quarterback. And so they do pick the first down on that. We're going to be dropping back deep to pass. Going to be a screen pass, actually. Defensive lineman must have been confused there as he just ended up standing there. But they will get it only for 3 yards on that pickup. That'll bring up 2nd and 7, of course. He's going to be back again, and then it's number 11, picking up 11, Malachi Corley. 11 picking up 11 for another WKU first down. And so they will be at the 30-yard line. They're starting to maybe knock on that door of the red zone. They got to be looking to score here. Defense playing a little bit more cushion than it could be, but the inside run is going to get stuffed up, and they're going to fumble once again. And I mean, back-to-back fumbles by the WKU offense. The defense is here to play.
Huge break for the defense.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what they say after a turnover. You got to go for a shot play. I don't know if this is quite going to get open here. All depends on that safety down there. Oh no. Yes, it is going to get open. Mathis Jacob. Mathis, middle of the field, picking up 43. Big one after that turnover. So we do get the huge play. And I mean, we get it right down the middle of the field and be looking right outside the 20.
So let's see how the
Mathis coming through down for us. Letting that air raid kind of come through finally. Hasn't worked much for us this season.
Scrambling around.
We're actually going to take off on this one. Give me a block. Oh, I mean, Rogers is going to fight. Rogers is going to fight and get all the way up to first and goal. My man's looking to do some damage in this bowl game as a freshman. Trying to make a statement. And here he is making a statement of his own, getting in on the ground. Chandler Rogers with the 4-yard touchdown run.
But unless they make some incredible changes.
So with the extra point, the turnover, the quick big play, we are looking at 28-0 already in the first half. I mean, we might be flirting with the 50 burger in this one.
At the 36. The Hilltoppers are struggling trying to get their star wide receiver in this game, and sometimes, you know, Herbie, it's almost like a jump shooter in basketball. Get him to the free throw line, get him 1-3-1.
And I mean, WKU's gotta be deflated right now. They're down 28-0, and we have almost 4 minutes left in this second quarter until halftime, so they can get a break. They thought they had some momentum the last drive, and it all just got stolen away from them with the fumble by the running back. So it's gonna be 2nd and 2 now. In a 28-0 ball game. Another screen pass coming to that running back, and they are going to rally that football. I don't really agree with that spot there. That's 2 back-to-back spots I haven't agreed with, but they'll pick up that first down, I guess. Refs might be feeling a little bad for him with it being a 28-0 ball game, kind of giving them a little more than I thought they should have there. But they'll get a first down almost up the midfield now. Another screen coming, it looks like. But this one is going to be all red, and it is going to be a loss of 3 to Noah Winton. Defense all over the screen. 10 for 11 is Bailey Zappi. And, I mean, this is just ugly so far. Running back to pass, did have some pressure. Going to be a hitch route for that running back. And I mean, he'll fight through Whittington, making up for the last play and getting a nice 12-yard gain to make it 3rd and 1. So a lot more manageable of a 3rd down after he breaks a couple tackles there and kind of runs through some of the defense. And they are going to be, they'll play action over the middle. I mean, it might have been a little RPO look there. Dawood Davis going to pick up the 5 yards and that first. WKU's offense once again moving the ball on us here, but I mean, they could turn it over at any point. I'm not doubting the defense for 3 straight turnovers. They've done it so far, and I thought I was calling it on the spot. It was a dropped interception by the defense. Then I thought it almost ended up in the offensive's hands. But a drop pick on first down there. Thought we were just going to talk it into existence. But we'll look at 2nd and 10 instead as he'll drop back to pass once again. Take this other check down around. I mean, that's there all day. Adam Cofield picking up 13. That check down is definitely there for them, which I mean, I don't blame them. Make them waste the time. Don't give them the big plays to get back in this game. They are the #1 passing offense in the nation. They're definitely explosive at that. But if you can keep them all in front of you, then it's going to be a slow one for them.
And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
2nd and 5, knocking on the door of the red zone once again. See if they can get into it this time. He is going to pick up that first down, no turnover. And so they will officially they will be in that red zone.
And that's just great
What is
execution
that,
on
like
that
the
short pass play.
17-yard line, somewhere right around there.
Getting rid of that one. He took the snap
Split
and he
back,
threw
making
right
an
out there.
adjustment up top. Dropping, and he is getting, once again, have another check down. Malachi Corley making his work over the middle, getting it in.
They need about 4 yards to pick
And you
up
have
the
to imagine
first.
they'll at least get on the board here. Have to imagine they're not going to They're not going to mess this one up. Another screen pass. And he'll make up 2, get 3rd and 1. I mean, this clock is just continuing to roll right now. They've used 2 of their timeouts so far. They are saving this last one, hoping to pick up this first down here, of course. And they're going to drop back to pass once again. Has that check down back to the end zone, though. They're just going to throw that one into the stands to make it 4th and 1. And they are actually going to kick the field goal here. They do get the ball back after half. But, I mean, yeah, I really thought down 28-0 they'd be looking to try and get on the board. They haven't stopped our offense yet. And, yeah, I mean, Bailey Zappi is out here looking like Big Ben and the Steelers with 17-plus completions for 100 yards in the game.
He's to the 20.
Just check down, check down, check down, check down. There's our offense right there. We ran 17 plays for almost 200 yards already. A minute 05. This is the biggest part that our offense has struggled with this season so far. Because honestly, these first half, into the first half drives, we have struggled with greatly this season. And I was throwing a B, but I guess Holmes had other options there. Steps in front of the route instead and messes up that one just a little bit for us.
We're at the 1-minute mark, first half.
The hiccup there, first hiccup of the game for the offense. Look at 2nd and 10. Oh, just trying to get Holmes. He's one-on-one with the linebacker. One-on-one, just hope to get it to him. He's not going to get it to him, though. Instead of dropped interception, we've thrown a lot of picks, honestly, in this situation all year long. Going to try and avoid one here. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. We have a man wide open, and Sparks is going to drop it. Again, I see him late. I wasn't expecting him to be like that open. And Sparks, who's made so many big plays, just drops the ball. The ball took forever to get there. I'll put that on a bullet. And it took a year to get there, for defenders to get there. Him jumping in the air instead of trying to just catch it regularly. And so they'll get the ball back here. We'll come back to that play. We will have to come back to that full verticals look there. If they're gonna play like that, and somebody's gonna come open late. I was reading left to right instead of right to left, and so we saw it late. And they're going to throw a bomb into the end zone, and that thing was on a rope. That's the ball he needed. That was the ball we needed, Sparks, to be honest. If you feel like you're not going to be able to make a play and the defense 37 seconds left, and I mean, they have a little bit of a chance here. They could score a touchdown here, score a touchdown out of half, and this could be a 17-28 ball game. The defense going to look to try and hold them to a field goal here. Only 32 seconds left in the half. One timeout that they're probably trying to save in case they end up in the middle of the field for a field goal. And we do get a swat down, though, to make it 4th and 4. So wondering what they're going to do here. And they are going to be going for it. They're kind of in that awkward position. They're down 28-3. And, I mean, they're looking to try and get on the board, continue this thing. And they will get the ball right across the middle there. So 12-yard pickup from Mitchell Tinsley. And they will have to hurry this one up as he was not out of bounds. He was, of course, across the middle of the field. And they're going to look, try and get a play off here. Not getting it off very quickly necessarily, but he will drop back once again. And defense coming up with the huge sack to make this clock run. And they're going to run hurry up again. Are they even going to get a play off? I mean, this is going to be the final play of the half. Got to be. It is. Final play of the half, and it's going to be an interception to the defense. Defense coming up big. We will hopefully not have a 28-3 curse in this ball game. Some people know about that one. Some people know about the 28-3 curse, but we're looking to avoid that. And that pick at the end of the half definitely helps us out.
We played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us
now
on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show
of the New Orleans Carrier
Innovation
Bowl
that excites. David Pollock and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game.
All the touchdowns, moving down the field pretty easily is our offense. 3 big turnovers.
I don't think it's taking up residence in Blowout City. I think it's
rolling
just
right along.
Visiting. we might have a comeback.
Stats. Stats is all we care
I
about.
think you're crazy, and you need to go to the halfway house
Joke told me it wasn't going to be here
for a
tonight,
while, 'cause this game
unfortunately.
isn't
So that's
going
kind of why I
anywhere
threw
back
that
the
in there a
other
little bit,
direction.
and I'm going to make sure it's in the
Put the
YouTube
women and
video.
children to bed. Go
Just-
find
just for
something
him
else
to
a
see
little
it
bit
in
more
there.
entertaining.
Just so
Open a
it's
bag
there
of
forever.
chips, start another season of something else, because this one's a wrap.
There's going to be a comeback.
But I mean, here we are. There's your
And there's a
halftime
chance.
stats. Time of
Looking forward to
possession. They
seeing
are
this
ruling
second
on,
half.
but I
I
mean,
think
we've
there's
been moving down the
certainly
field
want for
quick.
victory.
A want
Very,
and
very
a
quick.
need for victory. Some teams need this victory, Reese Davis.
Want, need, got to go get it either way. Brad and Kirk are there to deliver.
Looking to move it right along. So post halftime, we're looking at the 28-3 lead.
Just about ready to begin.
Not looking for a curse here. Hoping the special teams unit can hold it up. They will allow them only out to the 30 this time, so a little better than the first half whenever they were getting out to the 35 every time.
Hope they show some fight here and try to stay competitive.
Defense has 3 turnovers so far in this game. Only allowed 1 Western Kentucky score in the first half. Only allowed 1 drive without a turnover, really. And I mean, that was a dart there, to be honest. That was a dot to the sideline.
You don't see it from
And they'll
every
pick up
receiver,
16
but
on
this
that
guy's
first
got it.
down throw. WK with 11 first downs on the
Ball on
day.
the 46-yard line.
And they will not drive back the pass. It's going to be a delayed little draw there, and he would not pick up anything on that first down carry. Whittington with only 5 carries today for 4 total yards, not finding any kind of room on the ground against the #1 rush defense in the nation. And so they will drop back to pass, has all day back there, and is not going to find anything that he likes and just gets rid of it instead.
I think they've been a little bit more
3rd and
aggressive
10
here with their
coming up.
pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Third down, and they need to
Long
get inside
3rd down
the
here.
44.
Defense looking to try and make a stop. He kind of pressed up in that slot there. Going to send no extra heat. Actually, some extra heat did come across, and they will not allow that over the middle pass this time. Get a stop on it, and we'll look at 4th and 10. And we will get the ball back here for the offense.
We're about set
So
to start
after
things up
Western
again.
Kentucky punts it to us on their little, kind of, not really a 3 and out, but almost a 3 and
The
out.
quarterback in the
We'll
gun.
get back on offense and look to get things rolling. We'll look to get them rolling with Kyle Holmes, but instead he is going to lose 2
Loss of 2.
on the opening play of the drive. He's only had, like, what, 1 carry this game? See if we can get him involved. Actually, not yet. Not yet. We got to get a first down here to get him involved on the ground. He gets open or something. Going for a head coaching job? I don't know if we're going for a head coaching job yet.
Second down.
Got to look at the polls after this game's over with. Give them time to digest. Pick up a little bit here. Mathis, though, going to fight for a first down. Pick up 15 on him. Mathis, the senior, getting some big plays here in his final game of his career. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we'll go head coach gig at a small school, offensive coordinator at a big school, or just stay here at ULM. Have to look at our final stats. Let y'all decide via our final offensive stats on the year if we deserve a bigger job or deserve another job, or if we need to look to improve next season. We're all play here, and it is going to be 8 up again. So, I mean, Holmes got the ball twice on this drive and lost 2 yards both times.
Miscommunication up front by the offensive line. They just seem to allow the defensive
Not
line
exactly
to get
what you
through,
like to see
and the
from your
running
star
back didn't
running
have
back.
much of a chance at all.
He's got 5 carries for 36 yards on the ground right now, but he hasn't really found much room necessarily.
Now he tries to buy some time.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, we make a little something out of that and make the defense as confused as possible, pick up 3. Rogers out here trying to make anything happen. Not really seeing much on that second down. Everybody was locked up, so instead we'll look at 3rd and 9 now. One man open out route here to Sparks. Sparks been making big plays all game long. Outside of his drop on the deep ball at the end of the half, he now has 457 and a touchdown.
No wonder he's looked to on 3rd down.
And so we will get that first down there.
41-yard line.
Looks like they will indeed send the heat. Get rid of it, and he does not. I mean, they sent everybody. They sent the house. We couldn't get rid of it in time with any of the routes that we had. Tried to even throw it away there at the end, and instead we were going to be looking at 2nd and 21. So on 2nd and 21, we're going to look to go to... We're going to see if we can get Holmes. He's the star of the show, and I mean, he's only going to pick up 3. Trying to see if he can do something big, and he's just not breaking off a big play, really. Unfortunately, he is not finding any kind of magic right now.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
We'll see what we can get here. I mean, they send the heat again. Back-to-back good defensive plays by WKU. So after the sack and after a quick pressure on 3rd and long, we're going to be punting it for the first time this game to them. They get a little bit of momentum, not a ton, but I mean a little bit of momentum with that defensive stop, and they're going to get a pretty decent return here, almost up to midfield. 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Not a whole lot's been working for them so far. They should just come out and play loose and easy.
So the defense will be back on the field, almost at the 50. They'll drop back to pass, throwing another screen pass, and we look like we're going to be all over it once again. But they'll lose 1 on that screen. Yeah, I mean, we've adjusted to their screens, and it seems like kind of their shorter stuff. They've adjusted to our offense so far, so the Ray Lewis halftime speech is doing wonders. They get that Bill Belichick Super Bowl halftime speech going on right now.
From their own 47-yard line.
2nd and 11 for WKU now. They're going to be looking to go. We don't send any extra heat, only a 3-man rush. And
it's knocked away.
I thought we were coming, picking one off and running with it. I thought Johnson was going to be still running down the field at this moment. Instead, he just swatted it to the ground. So it'll be 3rd and long for WKU now. Little extra heat, and they're going to do that little over the middle pass again, and he's going to get leveled. Malachi Corley, another over the middle pass caught for him, but will not have enough for that first down, so WKU will send it right back to us. They are not willing to try and go for this. Not quite short enough for them. And they will kick this one into the end zone for a touchback, and we will look to get this ball back on our 20-yard line. That boy got put on his butt.
Both squads are digging
and was
in now.
flagged.
Let's see what happens on this next drive.
All right, we're going to see if we can get this into for another big play, maybe. I mean, he's open again. We got the Mathis show in town today. Mathis, not with the breakaway speed, but he is going to get a huge gain once again right down the middle of the field. Looked like the same defense we saw last time on this play. And he will be wide open down the center of the field.
It's 1st down and 10 now.
A big tight end with 2 back-to-back massive catches. We're going to see if we can reward him here. And sure enough, we will with a 16-yard touchdown grab. Mathis getting rewarded after the big play. Send it right back to the big man. It's like a big man getting a rebound for you. And then rewarding him with a shot on the other end. Try and get him in that end zone. It's his final game of his career, and he is having a statement game. Maybe he'll try and make an NFL push. I don't imagine so with the full season he's had, but this game is definitely showing some kind of potential.
Positives you can even use to motivate the team right now.
And so after the score, we're looking at a 35-3 ball game. This one should be honestly all but over. And they're going to be going to the ground. Maybe they're thinking the same thing and trying to get out of here. WKU going to the ground on 1st down. Maybe they're trying to get this thing out of here. Send everybody home. Get ready for next season early. They're going to send a man in motion there, drop back to pass. Bull rush is coming through, and he's going to be an out route there, and we'll make it 3rd and 2. We kind of got to get back up, put the gas pedal down a little bit. Did like a little 50 piece. We're up 35-3, but I wouldn't mind putting up some more points on the board. And there is what we needed. Another interception. I mean, I think that's got to be that's the 4th turnover of the game right now. Keyshawn Johnson dropped one earlier, thought he might run it back, and he makes up for it and gets a pick again.
From the 44-yard line.
And so the offense will get the ball back on a much shorter field. We're going to run a little read option here with Rodgers. Man on the edge, runs inside.
He takes it right side.
He didn't get tripped there. He had that DB shook. At the end of the 3rd quarter, we're looking at 35-3.
Huge lead.
I mean, this is a butt kicking run. That's what this is. This is an absolute butt kicking.
The 4th quarter will turn things around.
I mean, we're going to see if we can finish it out. See what we can get going. One-on-one coverage to Sparks, and it's almost a pick. Wanted to give him a shot. 3rd and 6 instead going to come up. Wanted to give Sparks his chance at another touchdown, and he is not going to get a chance. He's not even going to jump for that one. They're actually going to go under center here. 3rd and 6. We're going to go for this on 4th down, even if we don't pick this up. We're going to give this to the star running back, try and see what he can pick up on it, and we'll make it 4th and 2, and we're going to hurry up to stay up on the field. Holmes hasn't hardly got any kind of work in this game. He's not necessarily upset considering how big his team is winning. But you would normally think he would be more involved in this type of offense. Instead, he'll pick up a 1st down for us, pick up another 5. And we'll go back to that. Can we go back to the hurry up? We can. Okay. We're going to run this little fake clear out here. See if we can maybe get Mathis up the seam. It might be blitzing is the only issue. We are going to hit Mathis up the seam, and he's not going to get in for the 2nd touchdown, but he will pick up 27 for us. My man has 5 for 165 and a touchdown on the day right now. He is just eating this defense alive over the middle of the field. Has been absolutely chewing on this defense. And maybe we can get Jaquan Holmes in here. He's been our MVP of the season, and he will get this one in and make it a 42-3 ball game. Jaquan Holmes saying hi to the end zone real quick. And with that extra point, we now got 345 yards of offense. A 42-3 ball game. 5 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Yeah, the cover 2 is not it. The cover 2 they continue to run is getting 8 up so far. It's ridiculous. We got 2 forced fumbles and 3 picks. Good Lord.
Both teams are playing out the stretch.
I mean, at this point, is WKU going to run the ball, or are they going to look to try and? I mean, they got to try and get a touchdown. They're the number 1 passing offense in the nation, and I mean, they haven't done anything through the air but throw interceptions. And Zappy there is going to take a 4-yard sack.
Looking to dig themselves out of a little hole here after the sack. It's 2nd and 14.
So 2nd and 14 instead. Dropping back to pass once again and trying to run again. Here comes that kryptonite that we've had all season. Zappy's going to pick up basically 14 to make it 3rd and inches. So makes up for the sack by making it 3rd and inches. And now, I mean, they should pick up this 1st down, I'd imagine. I mean, they could end up just throwing it right out of bounds. I don't really know. Instead, they are going to run it. Nobody's going to be there. These inside runs have been what have been a killer for us this year. At this point, if they're going to run, they're going to run. This game's over with. If they want to do it, they want to do it.
1st down, 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we crack the top 20 to end this season, I will say. This is a big game, big bowl game win. I have to imagine some bowl teams will lose, so we hopefully can crack the top 20 in our 1st season at ULM. And I mean, we get a hit stick at the end of that run. They are running this clock down a little bit here. They don't want to let us get a 50 burger, apparently. Although we won't even be able to go for 2. Like, we have to score twice if we want to put 50 on the board because we don't have control over the special teams.
He's tackled around the 26-yard line.
Pick up another first down on this drive. Can the defense come up with another turnover? Can we steal a possession from WKU once again?
First down.
UNLV did lose. Boise State won. Now kind of looking at the bottom of the screen. Zappy going to look to run again. Going to break a tackle. Breaking a couple others. And then he's going to get ripped up by 3 different defenders. Take a loss of 3 on the sack. I mean, this clock is going to keep running. I don't think we're going to get the 50 burger we had hoped. We're going to try and get 49. But we'll have to see. Oh, linebacker's got to just turn his head. Linebacker turns his head, and he might be running. I'd be running down the field with it if he turned and looked for the ball there.
Less than 3 minutes in the game.
And a drop back over the middle and a drop pick. Jabari Johnson. Johnson trying to get another pick. And now it is 4th and 13. So a long way to go. And a short time to get there. Gonna throw a bomb, and it is not going to be completed. And so we will get the ball back with 2.5 minutes remaining in this one. You'd imagine we would just run this thing out. But we're going to look to stay aggressive here.
So now the offense
Going to look to see what we can do on offense. We've had success the entire game so far.
Kill the clock and put this one in the books.
Oh, we got backups in.
Almost picked off.
We done put the backups in on this one. Head coach decided all the starters needed to be pulled. Some of these guys are in their final game, and he is pulling them out of it because it is such a blowout.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 29.
All the star players out of the field. Jaxon and Knight look like they're the only starters remaining, probably.
He's going to try and scramble.
Oh my God, Phillips.
You know, at that point,
trying to make a hero play there.
Getting
some slight flashbacks to the P-Ron attempted catch in the Super Bowl to end it, which was sad. But
if you feel like you're not going to be able to make a play, and
yeah, not a fan of the head coach.
Give up on that play and get ready
replacing all of our starters, basically ending this game for us. We're going to see if Hickman can get involved here. And I mean, the backup quarterback just completely misses it. We get our first turnover of the game. We have the middle of the field open. He kind of baited it. He was a little tighter than he was earlier in this game. But, I mean, Rhett Rodriguez just completely misses the thing. Yeah, I mean, he just floats that ball, throws it way left. I mean, that was just an easy pitch and catch for the defense there, as said.
It's first down.
And, yeah, that was ugly. Ugly drive by the backups. Wouldn't have minded if WKU scored if I knew they were going to put the backups in on us.
And down he goes.
They'll just keep the ball, and who knows? Maybe they'll drive. Maybe they'll just run out the clock for themselves. Yeah, I mean, that was almost pitch and catch. It literally was. It was Rhett Rodriguez, I think, is like 0 for on the season with like 2 picks or 3 picks, and the couple times he's got in the game. Terrible. He's a senior too. That's the why the freshman starts over. That was exactly why. Zappy though dropping back to pass, gonna throw a dart down the field, and defender makes a play. He has thrown 40 passes today for not even 150 yards. Now to be 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped under 2 minutes in the game right now. And he will drop back once again. Heat coming, and he's just going to have to get rid of it. Real rough in the passer.
Defense jumped the gun a little bit on that play.
Oh, offsides. Offsides on the defense. Quay Drake.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
The left outside linebacker jumping offsides.
It's second
Hurting
down,
us on that one.
Ball on the 33-yard
But,
line.
I mean, I guess it is what it is. Sends his man in motion, looks the deep shot down the field, and it's another pick by the defense. Another pick by the defense. 5 turnovers for WKU right now. Zappi with 4 interceptions in this game. It has been an ugly ordeal today for Bailey Zappi. He has not had a good time out here. Number 1 passing offense in the nation in WKU has been abysmal against the number 1 pass defense that we have at ULM. Oh my God, Jaxon. Oh my God, Jaxon.
Hey, Brad, I really don't understand what the offense is doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they have the lead, and we're late in the game, and they're still.
All right, we're just going to look to get out of here. If we got backups dropping the ball and everything like that, we're just going to look to get out of this game. We'll throw a little screen pass. Give a chance for Phillips. Run this clock down. Go to the adjustments. Put on conservative. Ugly. Rodriguez 1 for 5. Find this clock all the way down. Oh, we got a backup for our backup quarterback now. We got hurt. Let's pick up the first.
Well, a nice stop there late in the fourth quarter, but this game, quite frankly, has been over for a long time, and I'm ready for it to end.
I'm only going for this so I can run the clock, like, all the way down. Honestly, I might just take the, whatever. Man, they got the box loaded. Do I run this? I think so.
Play clock is getting low. They don't get it.
Phillips,
Take over on
you got to
downs.
fight, brother.
It's the last game of the season.
You got to fight. Don't pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up just to run out the last 5 seconds. Instead, WKU going to try and probably get a touchdown here. It should be the last play of the game. All day, and he is going to get sacked. I mean, that is a conclusion of exactly what this game has been for Bailey Zappi, and we will take home the huge win for our bowl game.
So, Kirk, how would
Oh
you
my God,
sum
my
up the
camera's
action
been
of this one?
frozen
I have
for
to
how
say
long?
that I wasn't expecting a blowout victory. Western Kentucky got absolutely crushed today in this football game. I hope they can put this one past them, because sometimes
I don't know
it's
how long my
difficult for a
camera was just
program to
frozen,
bounce
but
back
that is
after an
upsetting if it was
embarrassing
for a
loss like
while.
that.
That was going to be upsetting on the video. That's annoying. Oh, it's going to be a lot more frozen than I thought it was.
Here's a look at our player of the game.
Player of the game is quarterback Chandler Rogers. And I mean, he is going to get the big win as a freshman over WKU. We will bring home the W. Hopefully this cracks us into the top 20. A 42-3 win against a 10-3 Western Kentucky team. Sun Belt Championship in our first year as offensive coordinator. Definitely had some struggles during the season, but ended out with a very successful season. Yeah, I mean, the stats are going to be nuts looking at this one afterwards. Camera. Ugly mug off of here. Ooh, that might be it there. That's a really good picture, to be honest. That fumble pickup might be the headlining thumbnail there. That fumble pickup like encompasses exactly what happened during the game. Go to the game stats, not the scoring summary. Go to the game stats. Look at the team stats first, really. So team stats here. Take my face out of it. 42-3 ball game, of course. First downs, they outdid us by 1. I mean, they had the ball a lot more as well. Total offense, 355 to 207. They had 17 carries for 34. We had 18 for 110 and 3 rushing touchdowns. We had 2 touchdowns through the air, 14 for 25. They were 27 for 41. They threw for 173 yards. We threw for 245. We both only had 3 third-down conversions. Both had 1 fourth-down conversion. And in the red zone, we were 5 for 5 with 5 touchdowns. We had our 1 turnover by our backup quarterback. They had 5 turnovers with 2 fumbles lost, 3 picks, and of course that fake punt on downs. They actually outdid us on total yards. When you include all their kick return yards, all 165 of them, they surely enough outdid us by 1 yard of offense. And they did outdo us in time of possession, of course. Now let's go to player stats and check these out. Chandler Rogers, 13 for 20, 244 yards and 2 touchdowns, 65% completion percentage, and only 1 sack by that freshman. Redshirt junior Rhett Rodriguez, 1 for 5 for a yard and then a pick. That's ugly. Rushing, though, Starboy Jaxon Holmes with only 8 carries on the day, but he did get a touchdown. Rogers picked up 2 more touchdowns, 4 total on the day, 852 on the ground. Man was just having a field day with that defense. And the other man to have a field day was Jacob Mathis, the red shirt senior. 5 catches, 165 yards, and a touchdown. Couple big ones. Jared Sparks, 4 for 57 and a touchdown with the 1 big drop at the end of the half. And then Holmes with 3 catches, and then a couple other guys with some catches as well. Defensively, I usually don't check out the defensive stats, but I want to see these. Let's see here. Sacks. We had 5 different players with sacks in the game. We had 3 different players with interceptions in the game. Deflections, 4 different deflections in the game. Forced fumbles, 2 separate forced fumbles. 1 by a senior. Fumble recovery, 2 fumble recoveries. Both seniors recovering fumbles. 1 redshirt senior in his final game getting that pickup for a touchdown fumble recovery. I mean, you can't ask for a better game to end the season for Coach Passmeaux and this U of L Monroe football team. We'll exit the game here. And we probably won't make any sudden decisions this evening. Probably let some polls slide. We'll go double check them though. And there it is there. The New Orleans Bowl championship has been brought home to the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks and offensive coordinator Coach Jaxon Passmeaux. Add that to the profile there, and we will get a coaching upgrade as well. Let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. And I mean, I guess we want to do the running back for us. We do run the ball a lot. We prefer to throw the ball, but we run it a lot as well, especially with Holmes upcoming. All right, so we are going to advance the week here, go to the end of the bowl season. We'll see how the season wrapped up. I mean, this will probably be like one super long recording. I don't want to end the recording just yet. Might just do like an off-season YouTube video this week. We'll post this game. We'll post like just like a full off-season. Like here's the stuff. If we don't have a decision, then yeah, we can put the options in the polls. And be able to be like, yo, that's what's up. All right, so U of L Monroe, new record, of course. Jaxon Holmes getting the school record for rushing touchdowns with 19. That record had been set in 1993 with 14, so it'd be about 5. That is going to be the only record broken. Now let's go check out the top stories here. So let's check out the final conference standings. We, of course, brought home our conference title in the Sun Belt. ACC, Clemson brought it home over North Carolina State. American Conference, Cincinnati brought it home. Big 12 was Oklahoma. Big 10 was Michigan State. Conference USA, of course, was Western Kentucky, who we just took down and demolished. Independence, they didn't do very good in theirs. The MAC was Kent State over Ball State. Mountain West was UNLV over Boise State. Pac-12 was Arizona State. The SEC was Alabama. Who won the East? Florida won the East. Kentucky finished in third at 7-6. The West was Alabama, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and of course back to our Sun Belt. Heisman winner, we checked that out before, but we'll give it a glance again, was Kenneth Walker of Michigan State, 98 overall running back. The junior And I mean, what did he do on the season? He had 1,600 yards and 17 rushing touchdowns on the season. What did he do through the air? 30 catches, 483, and 4 receiving touchdowns through the air. Won the Doak Walker and the Heisman Trophy as a junior. Absolute stud. All-Americans. Check out the All-American list, maybe. All NCAA first team. We didn't know. Jareth Stearns of WKU just got locked up in our game. I don't even remember seeing his name, but he ended up an All-American on here. I don't think we're probably going to end up with any All-Americans, but it's worth a look to even check it. Second team, maybe. Does not appear we're going to be on here as well. Freshman team. Our quarterback did not make it as a freshman, of course. He did not have the greatest passing season. It was more of a runner. And that was it there. Let's go check out the All Sun Belt. So the All Sun Belt, McCall beat us out at quarterback. Kyle Holmes did make the running back list. A lot of Coastal Carolina dudes on here. I mean, a whole lot. A couple defensive guys, Miles Cole and Caleb Thomas on the defense, making up part of that All Sun Belt team. Right outside linebacker, senior Travion Webster. Cornerback, Josh Newton. Free safety, Austin Hawley. So a couple ULM guys, some much-deserved defensive guys on their second team, though. Did any of us make the second team? A couple other defensive players making that second team as well. So, I mean, yeah, the ULM defense is definitely kind of what rolled through the season a little bit there. Any other award winners on the season? Maxwell was to the halfback of Oregon. Walter Camp, of course, to the halfback at Arizona State. Linebacker here, or defensive player. Where's the linebacker? This linebacker? This is linebacker. Linebacker goes to the linebacker out of Texas Tech. We actually had a guy finish 6th for the D-line or defensive player of the year, but instead it's going to go to Texas A&M, Michael Clemens. Do Pat O'Brien Award. Gonna go to the Michigan State quarterback Walker Award, of course, going, of course, to Kenneth Walker III. Wide receiver award. Nobody up for that one. The Mackey. Couldn't quite crack into there with our big game. Outland Trophy. Going to, of course, a Bama guy, Remington. What is that? Iowa State, of course. Lombardi. Finishing 6th there. That's going to go to Texas A&M, Butkus, and I think we already went through them all. Thorpe. No, we didn't go through them all. Kicker. Guy. Jet. What is the Jet? What is the Jet Award? Is that new? Is that like a special teams returner? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's special teams returner. Interesting. Didn't know that was the thing. That's all the award winners. Players of the week. We did not pull off. Did we not get a bowl player of the week? Oh, we did. Chandler Rogers brought home the bowl player of the week from his huge game in that bowl game. Love to see that. And for the final thing, we will go look at these bowl results here. And I just want to go see the bottom down here. And it was a 28-12 national championship. Michigan State over Arizona State. Coastal Carolina beat up on Western Michigan. LSU got dubbed up on 29-3. Clemson beat Ole Miss 10-3. Iowa State beating the dog out of Michigan 30-7. Alabama beating up on UCF 41-21. Ohio State beating Oklahoma 34-16, 38-10 over Louisville. Love that. Was Georgia. Cincinnati losing to Texas 34-31, 27-13. So another Sun Belt team beating an SEC team, actually, was the Raging Cajuns beating up on Auburn. Texas A&M winning 34-17 over Nebraska. 41-3 was BYU over Rice. Florida losing 40-31 to NC State. Kentucky winning their bowl game, yes sir, 35-21 over Oklahoma State in the Liberty Bowl. Music City Bowl. Wisconsin losing a close one to South Carolina, 18-17. North Carolina taking a loss to Colorado in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl, another tight one there. Texas Tech 24-23 over Penn State. Kansas State getting whooped up on 45-28 by Utah. Oregon, and they didn't put up anything in the Red Box Bowl of LA. 28-3 loss to Maryland. 38-21 was Washington State in the Armed Forces Bowl over East Carolina. The Texas Bowl, Baylor, of course, in Texas, beating up on Arkansas 52-21. 31-7 Ball State over California. 35-25 over Florida State was TCU. Georgia Tech getting beat up on by Stanford 56-28. Pittsburgh 24-3 over Iowa. Memphis taking a loss 41-31 to Wyoming. South Alabama, another Sun Belt team, winning a big game 42-17 in the Quick Lane Bowl over Kent State. Charlotte 36-20 over Fresno State. Of course, our game where we won 42-3. Oregon State winning 42-35 over UNLV. Virginia Tech 41-17. Air Force 45-14. Boise 24-14. UAB 17-14, and that is all of the bowl games. Whew. Out of breath. All right, let's check out the final top 25 polls here, see where we ended up, see what the final standings were. Michigan State, of course, finishing the season number 1, undefeated season national champions. Alabama finishing number 2, Clemson 3, Arizona State 4, Texas 5, Cincinnati 6, Iowa State 7, Ohio State 8, NC State 9, Texas A&M 10, Oklahoma 11, Florida 12, UCF 13, Oregon State 14, Georgia 15, Stanford 16, ULM. We got all the way up to number 17, so we did crack that 20 in our first season as an offensive coordinator. Not quite top 15. Ooh, if we got top 15, that would have been nuts. We'll crack into the top 20 at finishing at number 17 on the season. UNLV coming in at 18, Boise at 19, Michigan at 20, Utah 21, Coastal 22, Ball State 23, Pitt 24, and Ole Miss finishing out and rounding it out at 25. Others receiving votes was UAB, Louisiana, Charlotte, Kansas State, TCU, South Alabama, Maryland, Georgia Tech, and Western Kentucky. So we probably knocked Western. We kept them out. South Alabama and Louisiana, though, knocking on the door to try and get a couple Sun Belt teams into that top 25. And then Kansas State, Georgia Tech, Oregon, and Nebraska all fell out of the top 25 after their losses. Yeah, Gage, we are still in season 1. Doing kind of a little off-season recap here. Seeing what all happened. UNLV lost and went up in the poll. That is right. All right, so let's take a look at our final season stats by each player real quick. Kyle Holmes, of course, had 1 pass for 1 attempt and 5 yards on the season. Chandler Rogers, our freshman quarterback, struggled this year. I will say 185 completions on 288 attempts for 2,300 yards, 10 touchdowns to 13 picks. So an ugly freshman year by him for sure. 64% completion percentage, 183 yards per game. His long in the season was a 74, and he was sacked 27 times. He did do a little bit with his legs, though, as he had 103 carries for 193 yards. So not really yardage due to those sacks, but he did pick up 12 rushing touchdowns on the season. So all in all, he had 22 touchdowns on the year compared to, let's see how many fumbles he had. 2 fumbles, so 22 touchdowns to 15 turnovers as a freshman quarterback. Not terrible. He's a little dull threat type of guy. Going to improve the arm, hopefully. Finished off the year red hot, and hopefully he kind of gets a boost from that in the offseason if we end up staying here. We'll have to see about that, though. Jaquel Holmes, 250 attempts on the year, 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns on the ground, 94 yards per game, 301 yards after contact. That's a ton. And then, of course, he did finish off with 19 touchdowns as well. None of the backups really did too much carrying on the season. Yeah, 1 costly fumble was by Rogers. One of those 2 was a very costly fumble in our opening day game. That would have been practice in the top 10 or something crazy. Receiving the ball, leading receiver on the team was the running back Jaquel Holmes. 55 catches for 437 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he got a lot of yardage, not a ton of touchdowns. Zach Jaxon, though, followed him up with 37 for 545, led the team in yardage. No touchdowns, though, for Zach Jaxon. Jared Sparks, 27 for 308. Had a lot of big catches. Picked up 2 touchdowns in the year as a redshirt senior. Boogie Knight, redshirt junior, 26 for 496 and 2 touchdowns. A lot of corner routes out of him. Loved him. Had a possession. A lot of catches on the sideline for us. And then Jacob Mathis did a ton of this damage in the final game of his career. He had 23 catches on the year for 415 yards and 4 touchdowns. And, of course, that massive bowl performance as well. Zach Rasmussen was 7 for 69. And then a couple other guys were rounding out this for us. Blocking on the year. A lot of sacks by our true freshman right tackle. 12 sacks given up by him. That is way too many. Hopefully he improves greatly in this offseason in pass protection. Defensively, we don't really need to. We didn't control the defense, so none of this was us by any means. But leading the team in tackles with Keyshawn Johnson. Tackles for loss, 20 by Miles Cole with 14 sacks on the year. That's a ton. Adam Sparks leading the team in picks. And a bunch of deflections there by Josh Newton. Forced fumbles. 2 of them by Travion Webster. Fumble recoveries. Ty Shelby, the man that picked it up in the bowl game. Touchdowns on the year. 3 defensive touchdowns. So we'll have to take them guys out to dinner now that the year is concluded for scoring some defensive touchdowns for us. And that should all but do it. Kicker went 10 for 12 on the year. Punter averaged 35 yards a punt. That's ugly. Kick return, not too bad there as well. And that will wrap up our season stats in that fashion. And now let's look at our team stats. This is kind of going to be what could decide a little bit of what we do in this offseason. This is kind of going to help y'all. So I'll put ULM. Ooh. Okay, so ULM. In regards to offense, keep in mind this is probably due to some of our quarters, but it looks like yardage-wise, we were the 4th worst offense in the nation. Finished number 17, put up some big points and stuff like that, but yardage-wise, we finished with 4,800 yards on the year. Number 1 on the year was Michigan State, who finished with 8,000 yards. They play a lot longer quarters. There's some stats, all that good stuff. We'll finish down here near the bottom, above Navy, Illinois, and Kansas at 4,802 yards on the year. Offensive yards. Oh, so that's total. Is that total yards? I don't know. Offensive yards. We don't finish in the very, very bottom, but we finish still near the bottom. I click info. Is it going to tell me? It's going to tell me our rankings. 17, 17, 17 across the board. 1-5 in a row to end the season. Record finished at 10-3. 2-0 national TV record. Conference champions. Here's our team leaders, team schedule. I know what I can do. Points per game. I mean, we were kind of up here in points per game a little bit. We averaged 26 points per game, basically, kind of like middle of the pack. Right there. Passing touchdowns, we were not good. Rushing touchdowns, we were tied for 2nd in the nation, and Stanford ended up passing us up. Sacks, we did give up quite a few sacks in the season, kind of middle of the pack there as well. First downs were bottom of the list. Like I said, these short quarters will kind of skew some of these stats on us, most definitely. Just like they will for our defense, to be honest. Not there. Sunbelt. Sunbelt. I mean, yeah, we were the lowest offense in the Sunbelt. Passing, we actually ended up as the 5th best passing offense in the Sunbelt. Technically the worst rushing offense. 4th highest scoring offense. Most rushing touchdowns. So on and so forth. So, like, those stats might not be the best ones to kind of look at. Have the least amount of first downs. And when we play short quarters, kind of going to skew those ones a little bit, I think. Let me update our sheet quick. Bro, why does my camera keep freezing? I guess I wasn't moving my head and stuff, but quite annoying that this thing decides to keep freezing. I can only imagine when I go back how aggravating it's going to be for me to look at this video. Alright. So that was all the season stats and everything like that. Oh, I need to input this on our sheet. So do our stream real quick. So if you want to see this thing updated at all, you can do so. I'm pretty sure it'll pull up with exclamation point pass. If Nightbot's working for us. It's kind of iffy on YouTube for whatever reason. If not, it's in the description if you want to go look at the sheet. Coach of Destiny and create a player stat sheet. I'll pull it up on this end as well. We'll pull it up here as well. Hopefully it's not too crazy bright. Oh, there it is. Takes a minute. All right, so here is kind of our year in review. All the points per game we scored on the year and everything like that. We won this game. It was a W. So we won 42-3, finishing the season 10-3. And we will finish the season at the number 17 in the country. So we scored 26 points per game on the year. 11.8 was what our defense allowed. Finished at 10-3 on the year. And yeah, I mean, kind of balled out there, I think. We'll go back through and we'll look at this. Top 25, we should have finished 2-1 in WKU. It was not top 25. We won the Sun Belt. I'll finish this stuff out like later. Final ranking was 17th. Record was 10-3. Just to put that in. Journey to win a national championship with each conference. We did not win a national championship with the Sun Belt. We just won the conference championship. Championships by conference. So conference and team. Probably add a year slot here. Format. Merge horizontally. Thank you. So year one was at the Big Ten, Michigan State. For 2013 season. National champs. MSU. Opponent. ASU. User winner. No. It's all just white. I gotta like I'd color the boxes and everything like that later. Alright, I'll finishing this out later. Final ranking was 17, just so we don't miss that. Final ranking was top 25. 10 and 3 on the year. 26 points per game. Opponent's points per game was what, 11.3? 11.8. 11.8. Yeah. If y'all ever want to check out that list, you can. It's going to have all the recruits on there and everything. Here, I'll even go back to it. It's going to have all the recruits and everything on there. It'll show you how to get your own dynasty player, all the stuff you can do, all the Patreon links there to be able to get your one, as well as the rules and as well as how going about one happens, the Mac Maintenance of player creation. You can also be able to see who your players are. So like Joker has Billy Blob, who's a middle linebacker. He starts his career this coming year. He decided to commit to LSU. Smitty's got Brick Wall, who's going to be a center, who committed to Syracuse. They'll start their seasons this upcoming season. And then we'll get some more recruits and everything like that, hopefully, involved and kind of have some fun with them too. Go back over to the YouTube here. And we will advance the week on, move it about. And so win a bowl game, win a conference championship, 5 consecutive wins, so on and so forth. First team all conference. All of the coach goals. You did it, coach. Everyone here is so impressed with the job you've done that we decided to offer you an extension. View the contract, explore the options in the coaching carousel. So let's view the contract real quick. They want to offer us a 4-year extension as an offensive coordinator, and I think we're going to have to turn that one down. We're going to check out the coaching carousel. Nick Saban is retired from coaching at the age of 69, so the Alabama job is open. LSU, Ed Orgeron, his contract is expired. They decided maybe not to rehire him. He's a rumor candidate, so they could possibly rehire him. But I mean, let's see how this all works out here. Alabama contacting the offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien. Alabama is now searching for an offensive coordinator, actually. So that is an unexpected job there. Offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien takes the job as the head coach at Alabama. And so Ed Orgeron, next job open, decided to sign an extension after evaluating his progress. And so Ed Orgeron going to stay there at LSU. Stanford, David Shaw had his contract expire. It's an extension as well. USC job looking like it has signed an extension as well for Dante Williams. TCU contract expired. Gary Patterson gets an extension. Minnesota was fired after meeting his goal, so Big Ten job open. Ball State head coach looking to go there. ULM head coach Terry Bowden, one of the top candidates for that job. So our head coach. And then Luke Fickell out of Cincinnati is going to be a top candidate for that job as well. So let's see who gets this job opening. It could be very interesting. They're going to contact Bowden. They do not like him. Luke Fickell is looking like he will be the head coach of Minnesota. So Luke Fickell taking the job there. Now Cincinnati going to be looking for a head coach. He took that job at Minnesota, of course. And it was actually filled. I kind of missed that there for a second. So the Cincinnati job was filled by Terry Bowden. So our head coach from ULM decides to get out, and he takes that head coaching job at Cincinnati now. So now is the head coach of Boston College. He was fired, Jeff Hafley. They're going to be looking at the defensive coordinator out of Bama, head coach from Ball State, and the offensive coordinator out of Michigan State. And so Boston College going to get on the phone here. And it looks like they're going to hire the Ball State coach. So they'll be looking for a head coach there now in Ball State. West Virginia now going to be on the clock here with their boys there, their top candidates there at the bottom of the screen. Defensive coordinator out of MSU, head coach out of WKU, who we just beat up on, and Marcus Arroyo out of UNLV, their head coach. That is all their top candidates are going to be. And so let's see who they decide on as West Virginia. And it looks like they're going to go with Michigan State's offensive coordinator. So the number one offense in the nation loses their offensive coordinator to West Virginia. I have to wonder if they're going to get that Steve Slater type of offense rolling back down there. Neil Brown was the previous coach, and he unfortunately got fired and was replaced by Jay Johnson. Missouri going to be a job opening up now. Defensive coordinator, of course, out of Bama, going to be looked at. Kent State's head coach, and Dan Lanning, the defensive coordinator out of Georgia. Let's see who they go with on this. See what their options are. And they are going to be they're kind of making their rounds here, and they're going to hire Georgia's defensive coordinator. That job will open up, and now we're going to be looking at Syracuse here. See who they decide to go with. They need a new head coach. Contacting the Raging Cajuns, doesn't get any kind of response there. And instead, Alabama is going to lose their defensive coordinator, who will now become the head coach at Syracuse. So, Brick Wall is one of our recruits. He plays on the offense. He's a center, but they're going to be getting a big defensive coordinator on the other side of his line. So, Texas Tech, contract expired. Looks like they're just going to extend him. And that is surely enough what they end up doing. SMU, contract expired, looking to extend him as well. They do that. Contract expired at Washington State. Bring him back. Arizona, he was fired after not meeting his goals. And they're going to be looking at WKU's head coach, Cincinnati's defensive coordinator, and Antonio Pierce, the defensive coordinator of Arizona State. So they're actually going to go with Michigan State's defensive coordinator. So Michigan State losing their OC and their DC after winning that national title, and he'll become the head coach at Arizona. Purdue going to be looking for a coach. Billy Napier out of the Raging Cajuns looking at that job, as well as the WKU head coach and the defensive coordinator from Clemson. So see who they end up going with here. And it looks like they are going to end up with making their rounds here. And they are going to get WKU's head coach. So after he loses in a bowl game to us 42-3, he lands a Big Ten job with Purdue. Jeff Brom fired, and Tyson Helton, the WKU head coach, taking that Purdue job. Navy now looking to try and get a new coach. Fired their last one after a 2-10 season. And see who they come down to here. Navy, of course, running that triple option. They're going to take Kent State's head coach. And, of course, I mean, WKU is going to be looking at a new coach here. And they're going to be looking at Willie Taggart, Tony Elliott, and Brent Venables. So 2 Clemson coaches and Willie Taggart looking at the WKU job. They are going to land on... Who are they going to land on here? UNLV's head coach going to leave to go to WKU. That's kind of a surprising type of move there to go to Conference USA, but he'll take the job. Might have offered him a lot of money. Who knows? Now UNLV is, of course, going to be looking for a head coach, and they're going to be looking at the OC from Cincy, DC, out of Clemson, and head coach of the Raging Cajuns. We're getting passed on a lot, it seems like, right now. We outplayed some of these other coaches, and Marcus Arroyo left to take the head coaching job at WKU. I think he's out of UNLV. So now the Raging Cajuns are on the clock, looking at 2 OCs and a DC here. We'll see what these Sun Belt rivals decide to land on, and they will take Brent Venables, the Clemson defensive coordinator, as their new head coach. Next up is going to be Houston. So he was fired. They're going to be looking for a new head coach in this gig here. And so he's fired, and they actually ended up landing on, I guess I missed that one. He was hired from Tulsa. There we go. So Tulsa's head coach is going to be the coach at Houston. Now we're on to Kansas. I mean, we're just dipping down through these jobs right now. Dipping down. Head coach of Kansas. See what happens. Kansas is going to hire Mike Tressel, the defensive coordinator of Cincinnati. And now here's our ULM job. And we're not even a top candidate for our own job. For our head coach. Our head coach leaves. We're not even a top candidate for the job. Oh my goodness, that is a disgrace. Instead, they're going to hire on the offensive coordinator of Cincinnati to stay the coach. I mean, we're just not finding any kind of gigs right now, it looks like. We can't even get our head coaching job at our own school that we just led to a bowl victory, a huge bowl victory at that. So now it'll go to FIU. His contract expired. Butch Davis just going to get an extension there. Troy fires their head coach. And they're going to be looking at some coaches here. Doesn't look like we're going to be on this list. And they're going to hire Tony Elliott of Clemson to take over Troy. So next up is Tulsa. I mean, we're going to keep going down this list here, I guess. He's going to hire offensive coordinator of Arizona State as their head coach. Vandy going to be looking to probably just extend Clark Lee here. And they sure enough will. Hawaii next up on the board. Todd Graham was fired. Hawaii hiring a defensive coordinator of Boise State to become their new head coach. Ball State now left to take the head coaching job at Boston College. Now they need a new head coach, and they're going to be up on the list here. And it appears that Ball State is going to be taking Jeff Traylor out of UTSA as their new head coach. Kent State, he left to take that head coaching job at Navy. Kent State is going to hire the offensive coordinator of Iowa State. Florida needs a new OC. Actually, they're just going to extend their own. Georgia State needs a head coach. He was fired after going 3-9 in the Sun Belt, and they're going to hire on the offensive coordinator of Texas A&M. LSU needs a new offensive coordinator. Nope, he is actually has a contract expired. So they will be bringing him back. LSU needs a defensive coordinator, and they're actually going to bring him back as well. Offensive coordinator at Ohio State expired, bring him back. Defensive coordinator, bring him back. Georgia Southern needs a new head coach. Nope, he got extended. All right then. Alabama needs a new OC. And it is going to be Stanford's offensive coordinator becoming the OC at Alabama. Georgia needs a defensive coordinator, and it looks like our boy Zach Alley is up for this job. And he does not get it. He's going to get beat out by the Texas A&M defensive coordinator. So our number one defense cannot get a job. And now we're going to be moving on to the defensive coordinator of Alabama. Pete Golding left for that job at SU. None of our guys are up for this job. And is going to land with the Ball State defensive coordinator. Clemson, of course, needs a new DC. Our boy Zach Alley is up for this job. Could he possibly land it? And he is. So after a number one defensive season, we love seeing one of our guys at least get a job. Our head coach is left. Our defensive coordinator's got a job. Now we're the only one looking to either stay as an OC at ULM, but I feel a little disrespected after what they just did by not even offering us a head coaching job. And now Zach Alley is going to leave and become the defensive coordinator of a huge, huge program in the ACC at Clemson. And so now the offensive coordinator job at Clemson is going to be taken by NC State's coach, or the NC State offensive coordinator. Arizona State, who's just in the national title game, going to be looking at Neil Brown, Andrew Sauter, and Glenn Thomas as a new offensive coordinator. And they're going to take Neil Brown, who went from a head coach at West Virginia, got fired, and he's going to be an OC with Arizona State. Defensive coordinator at Arizona State is going to get extended. Georgia Tech, offensive coordinator extension. Defensive coordinator extension. Miami extension. Defensive coordinator, Miami extension. Defensive coordinator there. Offensive coordinator of Oregon extension. Penn State offensive coordinator extension. Defensive coordinator extension. Pittsburgh offensive coordinator extension. I mean, we're rolling down the list right now. All right, offensive coordinator of Stanford is going to become the UNLV OC. I mean, this is going to be just a long wait, apparently. We feel like we are sitting in the waiting room of the NFL draft right now. Offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Not going to be offered this one. Instead, it's going to go to Kent State's OC. Defensive coordinator going somewhere else, to Iowa State's DC. USF fired their head coach. They're going to be looking for a new one. And it's going to be Oregon State's offensive coordinator to become that guy. USC going to give an extension to their guys. Utah going to give an extension to their guys. Washington going to give an extension to their guys. Michigan State, a lot of jobs looking here. Michigan State just won the national title, and they're going to hire on Baylor's offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes, as their OC now. And defensive coordinator left, of course, as well, to head coach Arizona. They will hire on Iowa's DC as their new DC after winning that natty. Akron needs a new head coach, and they will hire on Fresno State's offensive coordinator. Arkansas needs a DC. They hire on Louisville's. Baylor needs a new OC, Jeff Brom. I mean, they got a lot of head coaches looking at that job. Baylor hiring on Missouri's head coach as their new OC after he was fired after a 4-8 season. Defensive coordinator going to get an extension. OC of BYU is going to get an extension. DC, California going to get an extension. Cincinnati going to be looking at a bunch of head coaches to get their offensive coordinator position, and they are going to pick up Houston's head coach as their new OC, Dana Holgerson. Sorry. Mike Tressel had his contract expired, decides not to come back. He will be taking the NC State defensive coordinator instead for the new DC at Cincinnati. Iowa's looking for a new OC. Oh, just an extension. DC, they get a new one there. Fresno State gets a guy. Going to be looking here. PJ Fleck, maybe I could see getting this job instead. It's going to be OC of Ball State. And we're just running through jobs. We're just running through jobs right now. Minnesota picking up a new offensive coordinator. NC State looking for a new OC as well. They take Syracuse's head coach. Oklahoma State, DC's, OC, gonna get an extension, DC. OC, gonna get an extension. OC Virginia Tech, gonna get an extension. UTSA's head coach is now going to become Minnesota's head coach, who was fired, PJ Fleck. Arizona State doesn't need a defense coordinator. They need an OC. We are actually up for the job at Arizona State, or at Arizona, sorry, not Arizona State. So this is the first look we will actually get, and they don't call us. They don't decide to call us. They take Jeff Brom instead. They take Jeff Brom instead. Can't really blame them there to take the Purdue's head coach. They went 1-11 last year, so they had a terrible year. That was the first one we've at least been considered for. Offensive coordinator of Boise State. Not looking to get anything there. Defensive coordinator. Boston College's offensive coordinator. They're not looking at us either. They're instead going to take the OC out of San Jose State. They'll get a new head. New DC. Starting to crack some lists. Yeah, that we are. Offensive coordinator of Oregon State. Not getting looked at there. Instead there we'll take head coach from Navy. DC, OC. They're just going to extend them. Syracuse's OC, not getting looked at there. They will instead hire on the Coastal Carolina OC at Syracuse. Ooh, that would have been an interesting job to take, to be honest, with the recruit being there. Texas Tech's offensive coordinator going to get an extension. They need DC, Virginia, going to get an extension. Wake Forest, going to get an extension. Washington State, extension. Not getting looked at by West Virginia currently. Ooh, actually, we are getting looked at by West Virginia. So our first offer of the season is going to be WVU. They went 4-8 last season. So they went 4-8 last season. They're offering us the OC job of West Virginia. And so, I mean, that's the first big job that we've gotten to look at so far. I have to wonder, who did they hire on as their head coach? So West Virginia is our first job we've gotten looked at. They hired on Jay Johnson as their head coach. So they hired on the offensive coordinator from Michigan State. You would think we wouldn't be able to call plays under him, but I guess he decided he won a national championship. He now wants to bring us in potentially to groom underneath him. Try and do something with. He saw something we were doing there. I mean, we'll take a look at the roster and everything like that, but that is the first school that we have gotten looked at. And I mean, gotta wonder. We need to look at the roster. Need to take a crack at their roster here. And let's see where it's at. I guess season stats is like technically the only place we can look at it. So West Virginia had a freshman scrambling quarterback. Overall, he has 80 speed, 92 acceleration, 80 throw power, 78 accuracy. Got some nice stats on him there. Had a senior, he's gone. Balanced quarterback there. Running back was a senior. Sophomore running back. Got a little bit of carries. 81 speed, 93 acceleration. Kind of a little slow. Let's check out the receiving core. Bryce here, leading receiver. 87 speed, not too shabby there. Big jumping, 94 jumping out of him. TJ Banks, tight end, coming back. Winston Wright going to be coming with 90 speed. We like that. Isaiah going to be leaving. Another tight end. Nice acceleration out of him. Sam James, 93 speed. We like that. Letty Brown, he's the guy that was leaving. He's the senior running back. Man, they've got some good coaching and everything like that. They've got some solid players. They're basically an upgrade of ULM, just not with ULM. And all right, so Smitty, I feel like the main one in here right now. So I guess the question for you then, I'm not going to make this decision right now. Basically, I can either put West Virginia in a poll and just call it at that, or are these the last two jobs? Or, I mean, we'll still put it to a vote, but basically, I'll put West Virginia in the poll, or I can save at this point. Basically save this dynasty to another save, and then continue on and see what our other options would be, if that makes sense. So we could see if it's West Virginia, like, I don't know, West Virginia, North Carolina, whatever, and like keep going down the list and see what all of our options would be if we kept 9. I don't know if that's how it works, if they always hire the same people. I guess we could be kind of playing with fire there, so we could just go with the West Virginia job. Or like basically just put a poll between West Virginia or ULM. Guess I don't really want to play with fire. I haven't tested that theory yet on if that's something you can do. Not sure we quite want to risk that. Save it and keep moving. I mean, I guess we can keep moving regardless. Like, if I save it, I just save it. I just don't know if we're like guaranteed to get like the same options later, if that makes sense. All right, we're gonna save this one and we're gonna name it WVU. All right, so that's a new save file. That is WVU. So we'll decline the offer. Fresno State is looking at us. They decide to pass on us. Okay. Purdue doesn't look at us. They instead are going to take Troy's head coach. Air Force extends. Army extends. Central Michigan extends. Duke extends. Western Kentucky extends. Surprising after a 3-point output. Florida Atlantic extends. FIU extends. Houston, we're the top job. They don't call us. Who did they bring on? New coach. Oh, they did hire a new OC. Where's he from? That doesn't even tell me where he's from. They just bring on the guy that they had. Offensive coordinator extended there. Kansas, we're not on their list. Actually, we are on Kansas' list. So Kansas is our other job here. So WVU, Kansas, make a list here. That's just if this works out. Like, this is obviously isn't like a guarantee. I'm not for sure this is, I mean, I guess we know it'll work out this way because I'm just saving it at this point. Like, I would just make this one a new save. And I would name it Kansas. We got regular, WVU, Kansas. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's check out the Kansas team, I guess, real quick. Kansas with a scrambling freshman quarterback. 80 speed, or wait, this is what. Apparently I'm just blind. Kansas with a sophomore scrambling quarterback and a junior scrambler. 80 speed, 80 excel. Other one's 83 speed, a little better. Running back, sophomore speed running back, 87 speed, very nice. Freshman halfback, 83 speed. Another freshman halfback, 88 speed. So they definitely have some running backs. Receiving core, tight end led the way. That guy's gone. Freshman receiver, 87 speed, nice. Sophomore receiver, 88 speed, nice. Sophomore receiver, 87 speed. So they're pretty balanced across the board. They don't have a true burner. But they got some good looks. So WVU and Kansas. Coaching Carousel, go back. All right, we're going to deny this job. Defensive coordinator. They're going to extend. East Carolina. Offensive coordinator. They're going to extend. Offensive coordinator. We are considered the OC for Mississippi State. They pass on us and take Arizona's head coach instead, who was fired. Of course, they pick up a pretty decent gig there. Northwestern going to extend. Rice going to extend. UNLV. UNLV offering us a gig. LV on the board. Go peep their team real quick. I have to end up wrapping this up a little bit and kind of like jumping through it. Actually, I'll just look at the teams later. I can just open up each file and like, actually, no, it's going to come down to the polls basically. So it's not even going to come down to me. I can open it up though, and maybe I'll just put like pictures of each team or like the stats from each team on like on the poll sheet. I'll make like a little Google form. That's the way I'll do it. That sounds like a smart choice. In case people want to see like, this is the players we're working with. All right, this is the UNLV job. So we say heck no to UNLV, and we're going to keep the ball rolling. South Alabama going to extend their guy, Major Applewhite. Keep it moving. Holy Toledo going to extend. Troy going to offer us a job, it looks like. Go back and save on Troy. We're going to have so many saves that I'm just going to have to delete. I don't even know how many I can have. I just gotta make sure it like doesn't overwrite something. Okay. Say no to Troy. Keep it rolling. UAB passes on us, goes with Tulane's offensive coordinator. Oh, we're just going to skip the next offer each time. The OC at ULM. Pay for that one. What happens if I decline their offer? Do we just keep going? Navy offers a job. I'll just get a top 4 out of this list, basically. Or however many I can get. Yeah, probably top 3, actually. Probably top 3. So Navy going to be on the list. I feel like we're about to get like a lot of these now. Oh, Lord. Louisville. Oh, goodness. Y'all gonna make me go to Louisville, aren't you? I already know it. I already know y'all are gonna make me go to Louisville. I already know y'all are gonna make me go to Louisville. Coaching Carousel. Decline the offer. Next offer. Tulane. Oh no, Tulane passed on me. Charlotte. So much. So many saves. So many saves. Can we just like not take a job? Ball State. I feel like we're now gonna get like offered everything under the sun. I mean, how many saves can I have? To be quite honest. Bowling Green. I feel like I should probably just like start denying some of these just so I can stop making so many saves. I feel like it's about to get nuts. Because now we're getting offered every job under the sun. Georgia State. All right, I can already tell you we're not going to take Georgia State. They're in the Sun Belt. I'm not moving laterally. If I would move laterally, I would just stay at whatever. At ULM. Nevada. It's a bigger job. I guess it's a bigger job. They're Mountain West. Sun Belt's the lowest of conference. Kent State. Wait, what's interesting? Louisville number 1. Yeah, Louisville very well could be number 1. It has been kind of a top job. I thought I like accidentally took it. Don't get Louisiana Tech. Or Alfred Marshall. No, I'm going to deny Marshall just because we were them with Tutty. I'm not going to put them on the list. I'll probably take off teams that we were with before. Unless it's maybe unless Kansas gets voted. But Utah State. I feel like we're not going to take Utah State. North Texas. Or no, NIU? Were we at NIU? No, but still. We're going to decline them. I mean, the MAC is hiring everybody. Ohio, no. San Jose State's actually good. So I'll put them like on the save list. Like they're at least a top Mountain West team. Temple is in the American Conference. That's a bigger conference. Just making sure everything stays saved here. Texas State, we were with them before, and their Sun Belt. We're not going there. Appalachian State, we're not going laterally to Appalachian State either. Western Michigan, their uniforms are hideous. Sorry, but I'm refusing. Coastal is going to offer us, of course, and I would love to go to Coastal. Their uniforms are absolutely sick. Actually, I'm going to put them on the list. I'm going to put them on the list solely as the ULM didn't offer us the head coaching job, we're going to go to the other powerhouse choice. And they'll probably be on like the final list because of that. So if people want to vote, no, don't stay at Coastal, but no, don't go too big. Go for revenge against Coastal, then we can go to Coastal. Or like go for the revenge against ULM, and we can go to Coastal. We're not going Georgia Southern. Coastal's the only one we will go to. Akron, no. Akron. That's a big downgrade. They're like the worst team on here. The Lobos. I don't think so. I think Nevada's probably better than the Lobos. UTEP. I don't think we were with UTEP. We were with UTSA, I guess. I don't know. We were with UTSA with whoever. So we would have to take... The UTSA would be the last choice. So we're not going to take UTSA. Okay. So that's all of our choices then. So our whole list of choices here, and I'll narrow these down myself, and then put them in or put them in a poll, and like with information on each team. The WVU, Kansas, UNLV, Troy, Louisiana Monroe, Navy, Louisville, Charlotte, Ball State, Bowling Green, Nevada, Kent State, Marshall, San Jose State, Temple, and Coastal Carolina. So I will go knock those down and everything like that. Narrow those down. Hopefully I can get those narrowed down tomorrow, and then we'll put a poll up and everything like that. Get it wrapped up, and I guess either later this week or Monday, we will drop our decision. Basically open up a whole new season, drop our decision on the live, like whatever was voted on across all the polls, we'll drop as a decision, and we'll kind of go from there. Do the whole coaching carousel. I might do that like in the video portion as well. Maybe I'll get my top teams, explain how we did the coaching carousel, and then have everybody vote on it, like people on YouTube, people on Discord, people on Twitter, and then whoever they decide with, whatever all the polls all together coming through and say is where we'll end up. So if you want multiple votes in the polls, vote different places, but otherwise that's where we're going with. I'll start kind of getting this information and everything like that, but otherwise I guess I will slide off of here, get started on all that. UTSA I already know we won't go to. We've played there before with Tutty, so we won't worry about that one. But yeah, we're gonna roll with that. I'm just interested to see, to be honest, real quick, of all of the dynasty files. Good God. I don't even know which one's which. I'm going to have to like open it and see which one's which. All of the dynasty files to be able to choose which team. I thought it was going to name it. Like, what is this one? That one's Coastal. Okay. Maybe just thumbnail the 28-3 halftime score. I don't know. The only issue with that is it... Ooh. If I can figure out a way, if I can just get like the score and make it whatever, and then I can throw like the title can be like basically not show who's leading the game, but just the title is like, is a 28-3 comeback possible? Be the title, something like that. That way it's still pretty open-ended on who's up 28-3 or who's down 28-3. But it could be a decent one. We'll look at it. We'll look into that. I'll figure out what I can make it shake. Or I'll hide like a little 28-3 Falcons Patriots thing in like the very corner of the thumbnail, just like that only like you'll know about and be able to see. Or if somebody super zooms in, they can see. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Appreciate you hanging out though, my guy. We will double check recruits and everything like that. They'll be up and rolling this season, so they of course will be on that Coach Passmeaux and like Coach Destiny sheet that's at the bottom of every YouTube page. If you didn't know that stuff was there. Or if you're ever looking for this kind of stuff on any of the videos. Say you're on the channel, you pull up a YouTube video. If you click the show more, it'll give you all the stuff. Of course, it tells you how to get your own Dynasty player and everything. Gives you the Patreon link, Discord, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. The series info and create a player stats. It used to just be called Passmeaux info. But it'll be right here. Of course, if you click it, then it has all that info, all the individual season stuff, and this is where all your all's member Dynasty players and stuff. So I'll put like your guys' stats, whatever their game log is, the game result, how their guys doing, so you can check up on them. If we don't check up on them in the stream or something, you can keep up with them all right here as well. Just depends how we're running on time with streams and stuff, and whether we check on them in the actual stream itself. I might do like a weekly review or something. I'll have to decide, depending on how many players we get going. I can do like just a dedicated review. I guess it could just be like just Patreon members or something, where I can just post it on the Patreon channel, of like, here's your review of all the creative players, their stats, their game log, stuff like that for each week. Next stream, definitely Monday, or might end up being Tuesday. Really, Matt starts a new class schedule, so I'll talk with her on like what time or day would work best, if I can just keep doing Mondays or what. I prefer to do Mondays because it lets me drop a video Wednesday, Friday. But Monday or Tuesday at the absolute latest, and then if we can squeeze one in later in the week, maybe we'll squeeze one in. Since it's off-season stuff, it'll be a little bit quicker. But I'd like to let the poll run. We'll see how much traction they get and everything like that, and that might kind of decide when it is. I'll open them up through Sunday, but if we want to end them sooner, we can end them sooner. But that is really all I've got. We've been rolling for about 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna slide off here. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'd like to take a quick shower and head to bed and get ready for school tomorrow. We don't have kids, but it is a PD day, so I get to do PDs all day. Love it. I'm gonna slide off here, so I will catch you later. Appreciate you hanging out, my guy. Peace out, and have a good evening, my dude. Deuces.